spoke with women who had dark spots and how they solved it.
For so many years, I spent a lot on trying products that didn't lighten my dark spots.
My dark spots came because of hormonal changes during my last pregnancy.
I had dark spots, a skin condition I inherited from my mom. It's called melasma.
Use Pynocare, the clinically proven solution to melasma. Take Pynocare.
Mega, we care.
Hello, everybody. Yes, my name is JVG, and you are watching Grind Mag TV. And all right, good day, Philippines. A happy Thursday to each and every one of you. All right, good day, Philippines. A happy Thursday. And yes, how is everybody doing right now? I hope all of you are feeling safe, happy, and healthy. And yes, you were tuned in on Grind Mag TV's Grind Detox. Now, this is an online talk program where we talk about the trending stories, latest happenings, and of course, give you important updates on relevant industries. All right. So now, when we talk about COVID-19, it will probably be remembered not only as a large health and economic crisis, but also a driver for digitalization and innovation. Now, you know what? This kind of crisis can actually create a far more stimulating environment of change than economically stable times. While startups were trying to seek new solutions amidst the pandemic, incumbents were trying to explore new windows of opportunities. That's why for today's episode of Altergrind, we have invited some of the most interesting and, of course, innovative companies or brands who will actually be the response to the pandemic and also give that illustration or power of innovation when it comes to these uncertain times and ambiguity. So, of course, running 8 months after the lockdown, we are now going to be talking about the challenges and the strategies of these industries and find out really how are they going to navigate and face these new opportunities amidst the crisis. So without further ado, guys, join me in welcoming our amazing guest line of speakers for today. We will start off with Grab Philippines Marketing Assistant Manager, Samantha Montecillo.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Sam. Yes, thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
Yes, all right. All right. And of course, joining Sam is also from the Grab team. She is the Driver Communications Assistant Manager, Casey Castillo.
Hi, good afternoon. Hi, James. Hi, viewers of Grind and Kumuph. Excited for this talk.
Yes, and of course, we are more than excited to learn from you guys. And all right, so once again, thank you so much for being here on the show. And we are just really excited to learn more about your company and learn more about you guys. But wait, There we got more. Our guest line of speakers for today will be joining found and director of Shoppertainment. Hi, Ash.
Good afternoon, everyone. Super excited
Good
to be here.
afternoon.
Thank you.
Yes, we're more than excited as well. And last but not the least, we have the VP of Brand and Ad Revenue Partnerships of Kumuph Inc., Michiko Soriano.
Hi! Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, shoutout po sa mga nanonood sa
Yes, hello, and shout out to all our audiences out there. But ladies, thank you so much for joining us here today on Grindy Talks Altergrind. Let us now start the conversation, shall we? With, of course, the first question that I have for you guys. All right, let's do it. So the first question is, it's about the industry. Like, how are you guys doing now? I mean, like 7 months after this health crisis started, how is everything? Like, how is your industry doing right now? So maybe you can start with Yas.
Hi, everyone. So Shoppertainment is really more of into creating live stream shopping content on various platforms. So definitely because of what happened, people are getting into an alternative for buying their products, and that's really on e-commerce. So what we do is we're part of the e-commerce marketing. So what we do, we sell and also push the products and the certain promos for our platforms for the brands that we have. So definitely the behavior accelerated in terms of consuming this type of content and also adding to cart a lot of items. So yes, it really accelerated our industry.
Yeah, that's nice to hear that you guys accelerated, no? But what about you, Michiko? What can you say about your industry?
Yes, actually, similar to Yas, for us as well, it came as a surprise and like a big blessing for Kumu, where we hit our targets 2 months earlier on, before, like, because of what happened, right? So with better access to internet, for everyone, also just accessing Kumu, where it's easily accessible for a lot of the users. So we
Oh, I think we're losing Michiko. Yeah, you're. No, we can't hear you.
Oh
But
no,
there
maybe
you
I
go.
can go after.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Cool.
Okay, I'll switch audio. But yes, just to also jump on to what Yas mentioned, it also accelerated the growth of Kumu in terms of user base and also the availability of the content. Being now that you see here, Grind is here as well, so we're happy about that.
Yeah, that's really good news, no? But yeah, it's so nice hearing that you guys accelerated and really, just adapting to what platforms are actually available to us in this digital world. But what about for Grab Team Philippines? How is your industry doing right now?
I can start off for Grab. I think it was a bit challenging at first, especially at the start of the lockdowns. Before, people were free to go around the city, and a lot of people were using our transport service, Grab Car. But obviously, once the lockdown started coming in, we had to shift the demand to delivery, and we've doubled down our efforts for Grab Food, Grab Express, and Grab Mart, and that has been our focus for the past couple months.
Okay. So how about you, Casey?
Right. And I just wanted to add, I wanted to add in with what Sam said, that on the consumer end, we really had to shift from a more transportation focused one to really amp up our delivery, our food delivery, our delivery of essential items. But aside from that, it also called for us to serve our driver partners or serve our merchant partners, because more than a service, also are a source of livelihood for them. So that came as a challenge for us.
Yeah. But since you already mentioned your drivers or partners, maybe we can go to the next question, which is, how is the operation process doing right now? Like, how are you managing your team? I mean, like, I'm sure it's a lot harder since the pandemic. So who wants to go first?
Yeah, funny you
Okay.
mentioned that because actually
Right.
Kumu also.
So I guess I'll
Yeah.
go first with that. So we're used to face-to-face meetings.
Oh, we are experiencing a little kind of lagging right here. So we can start again with Casey. All right.
Casey's lagging. I can take it on.
Okay, take it away.
Okay, can I be heard now?
Oh, there.
Yeah?
Go
All
ahead.
good? There.
Okay, there. Can you try talking, Casey? I think she's still
It's
lagging.
good
Maybe
now?
you can answer Sam for her.
Are we good?
Okay, there. Well, I think she's still lagging. Maybe Sam can answer first. And
Yeah,
what
sure.
is
I
that?
can answer first. I guess I just wanted to point out na with Grab naman, it's always been flexible in terms of our work arrangements. I think we were free to work from home a couple of days a month. Pero it does come with the challenges, this new normal, working from home and everything. I know there are a lot of people who don't have access to fast internet. There are people who are taking care of their kids, taking care of the kids, so that's something to consider. In terms of how I am dealing with, how my team is dealing with each other. So we do like weekly check-ins via Zoom, and we not only update each other on what we're doing at work, but it's also like a sanity check on each other, just making sure we keep tabs on each other, making sure that everybody's well-being is okay. Just because it is such a dramatic shift in terms of how we've been working.
Exactly. So I think Casey was telling us something earlier. Take it away, Casey. Go.
I'm moving now. Yeah?
Yes, you're good.
There, okay. So where was I? I was, what is the question? I actually missed it now because of all the internet shabang. So can you repeat that?
All right. Yes, the question is about your operation process now. Like, how is it right now? How do you manage your team despite the current situation?
Well, I think we have no choice but to adapt to the whole online situation or setup. So at the start, really, we would even do daily stand-ups just to get people's morale going. So there was even a time we do 9 a.m. stand-ups and really just check on each other. Like, how are you doing? Like, what's up? Like, what's happening at your house? Because I think we were all pretty like getting accustomed to the ways of working, even to our driver partners. Right, they were used to having face-to-face meetings and forums with our leaders, with our Grab representatives. So our drivers even had to learn how to Zoom, and our drivers had to learn how to attend webinars and online trainings. So it's been pretty challenging, but I think that our customers are very techy and they're kind of getting the hang of it.
Yes. And I think everybody's getting the hang of it now. I mean, like, there's no other choice but to be, a techie person right now. But yeah, maybe we can proceed with yes.
Yeah, for us, ECQ was very much of a challenge since everyone wasn't ready. There was this big curveball that just went in our way. We had a lot of plans, strategies that didn't really happen. But yun nga, like what you said, we were able to come up with ideas and alternatives to make it work anyway. And that actually opened a lot of opportunities for us to give more services that the brands would need for e-commerce and live stream marketing. So before we would always do it inside offices, we would always do it in the studio. But now we found how to create campaigns just online, communicating with each other online. I remember there was a campaign, one of our producers is in Bataan, the other one in Bulacan, the other one in different places in Metro Manila or outside of Metro Manila. But everything came together anyway. And we found comfort also with each other through talking on live stream, going online through Kumuph. We would like do
Yes.
mga streets lang and talk and create conversations as well. So it was very challenging, but again, we found alternatives and services that the brands would really need.
Yeah, but you know what? No, it's also nice that despite all the challenges, this is actually an exciting time for all of us. I mean, like we're able to really have that strong bond of relationships with one another through, this digital form. And yeah, speaking of digitalization, maybe now proceed with Michiko from Kumu Tea. Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, just for the earlier question, I wanted to share how we, or personally in my team, I also hired quarantine babies because we were like onboarding people left and right, like on Zoom or like also on Kumu. So just similar to all what the others have shared, just being creative about it, right? Where doing hopping on the same calls, right? For example, walking them through this process and see the benefits of it also because to recognize that even for before that who has declared work from home forever because it worked for us. But having to have a stable base because we miss each other, like the quarantine interactions still moving forward. Something to declare that but at the same time maintaining it to spend for content creation moving forward, right? And just the habit of just seeing each other because for our team we saw that maybe just have like because you lost minutes, you lost the talking coffee or a drink, right? So it's just more of those things that I think moving forward we'll still have. Being creative about hours, actually holding on Kumu as well. So like, as a company interaction, just more of that.
Exactly, and thanks to Kumu for that because Okay. All right. And we are back here. And we're going to be asking you the important ones when it comes to we have Grab Team Philippines, and as we're going to be asking about the operating processes. So guys, most of them you can start with yes.
Right. In terms of operations, on internet, right? There was much factor for us to fund. And yeah, it became really challenging for us to create more campaigns.
Let's go, girls.
Happy hour.
All right. It's happy hour, but yes, welcome back to Grindy Talks, everybody. But first of all, sorry for the technical difficulties, like what Taz and everybody, all the ladies have been telling us here. Internet talaga is such a struggle when it comes to all of these digital connection and all that. But let's now proceed to the question. So earlier we were talking about your operation process. No? Like, how is it now? How do you manage your team? What are the challenges that you've been going through these past few months? Then we can go to yes, yes.
Yeah, I think one of the challenges is really the internet and how you can make it smooth with the campaigns. Of course, it's also really a challenge in terms of communicating with each other. Also, one of the challenges that we went through was hiring. During that quarantine period, we needed more people on board, and it was critical to find the right partners for us who will believe in our mission, vision, also the company. So even though there are some retrenchment that happened, we were still looking for people who share the same vision with us. That's why we were very picky as well, because crisis time needs people who are really on board with you. Sabi nga nila, the boat is sinking. Group yourself into three, ganyan. Group yourself into people who are willing to thrive with you, not people who would leave you there.
Correct. Very well said. How about you, Michiko?
Yes, similar to us at Kumuph, it was just about navigating through the quarantine and the different regulations, right? So, one practical thing that we had to do and manage was the studios that we had. So, for example, just having the quiz masters having be technically equipped and having an operator remotely do that and manage the quiz shows, for example. So that's one. For my team, to be exact, it was also onboarding them in the middle of all this. So how do you then also, with what Yas mentioned earlier, is alignment and culture, right? How do you make sure and ensure now that they're hired, how are they, ensure that these are the processes that they will abide by, and yeah, the culture fit as well. Given all the limitations. But I think it's proven also that, yeah, with whatever, say, communication platform, it's all just, yeah, making do with what you have. So having creative stuff also, like kudos to our engagement team at Kumuph. They've made like lots of engaging stuff, like happy hours on the app as well, or like yoga sessions. We had yoga sessions last week. I know offline Sam mentioned all about mental health, so sanity checks, that's important, which we've started to do as well because that's the reality, right? I mean, there is that pandemic that we cannot avoid and all these talks that may be affecting us as well.
Yes, that's true. No, it's also nice, and there's something to look forward to, with all the hangouts and all that of workouts and taking care of our mental health. So, what about you, Sam? What can you actually share with us?
Yeah, so the transition from working from the office to working from home was a bit easier for me at Grab because the company has always been flexible in terms of work arrangements. We were free to work from home days a month. And although I know it comes with challenges, I know a lot of people don't have access to internet, fast internet. There are a lot of employees who have to care for their kids, take care of their family, so that's something that we keep in mind. For our team naman, we do weekly check-ins only for deliverables that there we it's been this is something we've done everything, so it's nice to check in either. Actually would also have like meditation meetings, and then we have Zoom grabbers are safe. Are safe during.
Nice, that's wonderful to hear. How about you, Keith?
same with Sam in the sense that at the start we were all getting really we were not familiar with how to situation. So what we would do was like we would do days like even at 9 a.m. we would just have a meeting and check on everyone's mental. It sort of helped us keep in touch with each other even if we wouldn't see each other in the office. Also, talking about the drivers, right? We were used to face-to-face meetings. So this our pubbing. So this very feel like they're the online.
So nice to know that we actually have fun or strong relationship with one another despite what we're going through right now. Used to the face to face and camaraderie that we always see each other in the office, but it's nice to know that we can hang out despite all these, no. But I have a follow-up question regarding, the challenges that you guys have gone through. Us briefly, what could probably be like the hardest situation not nagdaanan ninyo during these past few months with you as your role in your company and your company job? Yeah, who wants to go first this time?
Well, I guess I can start it. So
Okay, go.
yeah, I guess I can start.
Take it away, please.
Like driver role.
Yeah.
So for the driver role, it was really like we were always on our feet. I mean, I guess Sam can agree with that. It's like, are we operating or we have to wait for the next presidential announcement if we're going to go MECQ or GCQ or we can go out already or is transportation limited or is food delivery allowed? So the biggest challenge would really be being highly adaptive to this situation and still being able to cater to our customers, our merchants, our passengers, and our driver partners. So that would have to be our biggest challenge. Proud that in Grab we were able and we still continuously find ways to serve our people because essentially we are a service type of platform. So yeah.
Wow, that's the beauty of your team actually. You quickly find ways how to solve problems, no, right away. Yeah, we can proceed to Sam.
Yeah, same with Casey. The marketing team had to be really flexible, especially at the start of the quarantine in March. So we had already our marketing calendar planned out. We're ready to execute. But come the pandemic, we had to change everything again. Aside from that, Grab, as you know, was heavy on the transport service. So we had to make sure that we were able to shift the demand from transport to delivery. So it's really about feasible during this time. Man, I think work balance is always, especially now during the pandemic and working from home, the boundaries between work and personal life aren't really as solid as before.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been really challenging, I would say.
And also to add to that, I mean, like sometimes about when we work in our respective homes, we don't, sometimes we overwork now. Sometimes we forget our personal life. And I think Michiko agrees to that.
Yes, I was like nodding when Sam was like, no, it's true because you're so passionate about what you do that I find myself in weeks where you'd work and from 6 a.m. to midnight because there are lots of things to do. But to Sam's point, it's just a matter of also that's your own responsibility of time management, of maybe prioritizing, what to schedule for today or tomorrow or next week. For Kumu and just, for specifically on my team side, ad revenue and brand partnerships. So Kumu Driving and all other business units, right, for our live streaming content talent teams, virtual gifts all are like flying in the air, and content programming are also like on the rise with e-commerce. So ad phasing, and you see like ad budgets being cut all over across the board. You're like, whoa, what do we do? So I guess Yeah, the most challenging part was already Kumu is a new platform. So, and at a time where, brands, companies want to feel secure or will be opting for the secured option where it would be for whether they place their, let's say, marketing campaigns, right? So it's just a matter of shifting that conversation as to what they're more or less familiar with, right? So a lot of the conversation shifted to even more, say, TV, social. So Kumu is that social TV. So somehow the more traditional, let's say, brands got on that as well. So it's also just providing that similarity, familiarity for brands.
Wow. Very well said, Michiko. Thank you for that. And yes, you can proceed to yes.
I think one of the challenges also that we had to go through was a change of rules in terms of government policies and also the permits. Especially for us, we're in between broadcast and advertising. So live stream before didn't have a lot of rules, but now campaigns on live stream have rules, and also several cases wherein we had to ask government agencies right away. But of course, because of the parang social, parang we can't really go there face to face. It was pretty hard for us to really communicate with them since there are some point people na parang can't be reached on this certain time. So we had to comply with the time and the waiting. And of course, we want to make it happen right away for our brands. Kaya we just make parang we just do some workarounds and also parang make compliances faster. So we find ways to make it.
Yeah. But I can just imagine, like how you guys are really busy and on your toes all the time. I mean, like there's really extra baggage when it comes to working. But yes, girl power talaga. But guys, this is only the start of our live streaming here, and we are learning so much from you guys already. But of course, we're going to be taking a short break. And then when we return, we are going to be talking about customer behavior, outlook, and opportunities of each industry. So, all right, Grind Tea Talks, we'll be right back.
Women who had dark spots and how they solved it.
For so many years, I spent a lot on trying products that didn't lighten my dark spots.
My dark spots came because of hormonal changes during my last pregnancy.
I had dark spots, a skin condition I inherited from my mom. It's called melasma.
Use Pynocare, the clinically proven solution to melasma. Take Pynocare.
Mega, we care.
innovation leaders as we talk about digital apps, e-commerce, and fintech at yan ay sa Altergrind natin on November 5, as well as Smart Grind on November 12. And of course, please do follow Grind Mag TV on our socials available on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Kumuph para updated ka. And of course, catch us live every Thursdays at 4 p.m. at Grind Mag TV on Kumuph with replay at 8 p.m. on our Facebook and YouTube at Grind Mag TV. So this is Jamie G. Stay safe and keep grinding.
All right, and we are back here on Grindy Talks with, of course, our lovely guests today. All these ladies, talagang girl power talaga. But you know what, guys? We talked about the challenges and the struggles earlier. But now we will now focus on that positive shift moving forward. So let's talk about the current customer behavior. What do you think, guys, yung post-pandemic customers will look like right now or in the future? So give us your thoughts on this. Maybe you can start with Michiko this time.
Yeah, absolutely. For Kumu, we're looking at like continuing servicing the financial, successfully correct creators on Kumu, right? So for example, for live streamers who go live and who have found a home and a way for their gigs to continue on Kumu. So for us to continue to service them post-pandemic is like to continue as a platform that for them, this is something that they'll continue on top of their normal or new normal jobs, right? So just to provide an example is performance artists streaming on Kumu, right? Whose plays may have been canceled. So yeah, just becoming more of like a stable income for them.
Yeah, that's nice, no? Who wants to go next? Maybe.
I can go next.
Okay, go.
I think these are the shifts that we currently see and will continue to see post-pandemic. First is that Filipinos have really embraced the digital lifestyle that has really accelerated during this pandemic. I don't know about you guys, pero in our household, the doorbell is ringing all the time, every afternoon. Kasi ang daming binibili from e-com shops or Facebook. So digital goods and services are now more than ever super accessible to Filipinos. And I see consumers being able to be adept with navigating with this digital economy. And I think a lot more people are seeing the value in speed and as well as the convenience in being able to accomplish their errands and getting their daily needs from their phone, from the tip of their fingers. To add then, I think because of the economic effects of the pandemic, consumers are more intentional with keeping things basic, sticking only to the essentials. Also, to add lang, I think consumers are giving more emphasis and importance to health and hygiene standards from brands. And now they are holding brands, as they should, accountable for their commitment to giving a safer and more hygienic service.
Nice. And it's really all about convenience nowadays. I mean, despite this one, we are all on lockdown or GCQ, but we can still shop and get all our the things that we need. So yeah, who wants to go next after?
Right. Just to add, we feel that post-pandemic audience will prioritize safety and health. I mean, honestly, I can't really imagine how the world or the Philippines will look like post-COVID, right? Assured that people will want to assure that the services that they consume or the products that they purchase are clean, are of safety standards. And so that's something that in Grab, we want to assure that in all our services, we prioritize protecting our customers.
Yes, perfect. What about Yes?
Yes, I agree with everyone's opinions also on what will happen. Of course, it's really all about convenience now and how you can get you need right away through online services and also e-commerce. I also think that the live stream will be part of the marketing mix. It's part already of your e-commerce. It's part already of your social commerce. So definitely that behavior will still accelerate. People will keep on watching on several streams as well.
Yeah.
I also think that for the brand side, for the advertising side, it's more of clients finding ways for cost-efficient campaigns that does not only bring in branding and awareness, but also conversions. So shifts not only for our consumers, but also for our brands as well.
Yeah. But when we talk about our customers or audiences, what are your thoughts when it comes to how we address that change of behavior in that customers and audiences, and as well as how they should really engage customers to speed the post-pandemic recovery? Like maybe you can share your thoughts with us.
I think
Who wants to go
brands
first?
Sorry.
into
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Take it away, yeah.
I think are really into creating communities right now, keeping close to their customers, understanding what they need, how can their services be for them, and like if you can see also in your Viber threads, there would be some communities as well in several messengers.
Yeah.
We create groups, communities are already there as well. And we are already there as well. From your barangays, diba? Your barangays also has a thread or community engagement.
Yes. Yeah, that's wonderful, no? Yeah, who wants to go, Sam?
Okay, I can go next. I think it's all about brands being genuine with their efforts, especially during this time. I think COVID was a good way for Grab to be able to use its tech for good. So being able to stretch the platform to really have a positive impact to the community. So especially when the lockdown started in March, the whole team had to really work hard and ideate ways on how our platform could help not only our customers but also our partner drivers, our partner riders, our merchants, the frontliners, and everybody whose livelihoods have been really affected by the pandemic.
Right. What
Yeah,
about you?
I feel like
Keith?
I guess like post pandemic will look like what is essential, right? I mean, people already know, especially now during this quarantine, like you only need so little to be able to survive. So I think priorities would have to skew towards essential items and not much on hypes or like viral things, but really the things that matter, whether it be services, products. People will be more meticulous with the decisions they make, and brands would have to be brands would be challenged to create campaigns or products that cater to a wiser audience, hopefully.
Yeah, totally agree with you on that. What about you, Michiko?
Yeah, I mean, I totally can resonate. And also as Kumu, having to also have virtual communities and like, Kumu communities as well, right? Forming families, teams, and who have thrive together, whether it's live streaming or having a marketplace on Shop Kumu. And I definitely agree with how we or everyone has become intentional, right? Whether they're selling or buying on the ad side, and I think it's also for later on, but more of with the minimal budget, how far can that go and make it hardworking still to relay the brand message, right, of your clients. So something that's also definitely made us even more creative. Let's say, this touch point of tapping this live streamer for what you want to do, for example. So just a few of those things. I do like the tech for good as well. So something that, the use of the virtual gifts, people going live to raise funds for a certain charity. Whether they're a celebrity doing that, spending their birthday quarantine on Kumu, it's more of utilizing the platform as well for these things.
Yes, it's absolutely perfect, no? But when we go naman to the clients or partner side, what are the usual strategies na hindi nag-work for you guys? At ano yung mga process ang mga naging successful in reaching out to your clients in order for you guys to deliver despite these, uncertainties and limited interactions? Yeah, maybe you can share with us experiences.
For us, since we're also in e-commerce, I think the Grab team was also mentioning more on the essential goods. So we also had some brands who fall under the non-essential, and it was quite a challenge for us to really help them out with selling their items. But I think one of the things that work, it's really to give are more promos, discounts, and what's in it for our buyers and shoppers to avail right away or maybe avail so that they could use later on. So I think that's also the challenge for our non-essential brands right now.
Okay, thank you for that. Want to go next?
Actually, go thinking with your question's pretty tricky nga. Parang what Yeah.
There you go. Take your time.
I think one thing that we tried was an unlock concert. People have been used to giving virtual gifts in real time, so we just experimented, right? And that's what we all like about being in a startup, I guess, because you're out there to fail and fail fast, right? So earlier on we tried to do that, but I think it also then sprouted to a different business unit altogether. So Kumuph has its own live events team or business unit now moving forward, right? Separate from the app that will be like present on the website and whatnot. So that inspired that more of having to compartmentalize the app and virtual gifting aspect to having a separate live and ticketed event still. So I think that's top of my mind, like something we experimented earlier on that we're like, okay, unlock concert, not with this sort of mechanics. Yeah. Something like that.
Wow, thank you. Who's wants to go next?
So Grab is also a startup, so there's more opportunity to experiment and to be more creative. And I think it comes as both as a challenge and a good thing, being able to innovate and create new ways of working with partners, having new ideas for campaigns, having better marketing in terms of driving brands and businesses. So I think that comes as a challenge, but also a good opportunity for the brand to showcase the creativity of its team.
Well, to add,
last but not least,
to add to Sam, like it's super actually difficult to like experiment also I think in Grab, because we're talking about like first tech and product. It's hard to just experiment, then the people will be affected with it instantly. So I think in a way, we try every now and then to put different merchants. If you guys could see in your app, there are like big ones, and we try also specialty stores. So I think day by day we try to see how the market moves. Then we just adjust and see if the market bites into it or they don't.
Right. And it's really all about adjustment, no? But when we talk about, post-pandemic, what will be the new direction? I mean, including all the related sectors that you have in your industry, what are you guys also looking forward to in all of these aspects as you, navigate and move forward? Go, Michiko.
Yeah, actually for Kumuph, it's been exciting on the content side where we've been talking through with different, say, TV networks, all that or different media properties as well. So let's say When in Manila or the likes of Nick Entertainment, Direct Kathy, just being on Kumuph, right? So more of like interesting things that like you could talk about would be second screen engagement, where you're playing with the app, but you're also watching on TV. So something like back and forth like that we're talking through. Especially for what's happening now, where Pinoy Big Brother is also on Kumuph. So something that's still exciting, something familiar, but also new to it, or some novelty to it. Are so highly engaging. Yeah.
So exciting times indeed. Wants to go next?
I can go next. For Grab naman, we are doubling down on our safety and hygiene protocols. We do have this campaign called Grab Protect. So it's our commitment to making sure there's all our users, our partner riders, drivers, and merchants alike are kept safe. Part of this campaign also is a regional partnership with Unilever, wherein they've helped us out with supplying Sif and Lifebuoy to make sure that our rides and deliveries are much safer.
Wow, that's wonderful to hear. Especially now, we need the assurance that we are safe when riding Grab cars, right? So, who wants to proceed with the question?
Same with Sam. We are just super amplifying safety and health. I mentioned earlier that the audience of post COVID will just really be super, super health conscious. I mean, now aren't we all scared? So I think it's just double down on that, even for Kumuph, even for Shopee Entertainment. So parang it's more about health and safety.
I agree. Yeah.
For us, definitely it's really parang a continuation of educating the market on what live stream shopping can help you with. So of course, even after a year, this would still be parang meron mga hesitations sa brands and also our shoppers. So definitely, if we could educate them more about some solutions that we offer in Shoppertainment, then definitely that would help them with their brand activations, also their e-commerce marketing. So yeah, continuing this education of live stream shopping, live stream selling to the market.
Wow, truly, we are talking about innovation now, no? But you know what, girls? Thank you so much for such an insightful discussion. But we're not yet done here because as we return, I will be talking to you guys individually, and I'm sure our online viewers are excited to know more about you guys up close and personal. So we will be right back after this short break.
I spoke with women who had dark spots and how they solved it.
For so many years, I spent a lot on trying products that didn't lighten my dark spots.
My dark spots came because of hormonal changes during my last pregnancy.
I had dark spots, a skin condition I inherited from my mom. It's called melasma.
Use Pynocare, the clinically proven solution to melasma. Take Pynocare.
In Mega, we care.
Join innovation leaders as we talk about digital apps, e-commerce, and fintech at yan sa Altergrind natin on November 5, as well as Smart Grind on November 12. And of course, please do follow Grind Mag TV on our socials available on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Kumuph para updated ka. And of course, catch us live every Thursdays at 4 p.m. at Grind Mag TV on Kumuph with replay at 8 p.m. on our Facebook and YouTube at Grind Mag TV. So this is Jamie G. Stay safe and keep grinding.
It's time to restart our engines and open our doors. Daily travel has changed, but when it comes to your safety, Grab is still the same. The same care. The same attention to detail. The same mindfulness. The same priorities of putting you first. And now, the same goal of riding this out together. Grab Protect. Safe travels every day.
Cash in with your driver to instantly activate your GrabPay wallet and pay for your Grab car ride. Earn rewards only through GrabPay. Come on! Cash in with your driver to enjoy Grab car rides now. Come on!
All right, and we are back here on Grind Now TV's Grindy Talks. And as you can see, joining me today are two lovely ladies from Team Grab Philippines. We have Samantha Montecillo. She is the marketing manager or marketing assistant manager. And then we also have Casey Castillo, driver communications assistant manager. Ayan, I'm sure yung audience natin are learning so much from you guys. But we, like what I said earlier, we want to learn more about you up close and personal, and of course about your company. So let's, I'll cut to the chase and ask you the first question. When we think about the pandemic, do you think because of that, mas nagkaroon kayo ng opportunity to develop solutions or restructure some processes for your partners and customers? Maybe you can cite as an example.
Yeah, definitely. As I've mentioned earlier, the pandemic was an opportunity for Grab to be able to use its tech for good. And an example of this is Grab Bayanihan. So this was a community-driven initiative that we launched back in March at the start pa lang of the pandemic. And it focuses on 3 areas. So first is safe mobility for healthcare workers. 2 is providing economic security for our thousands of drivers and riders. And 3 is providing our customers with access to their daily needs while keeping them safe. So some initiatives under Grab Bayanihan is that we had the Grab Bayanihan car service, wherein we were able to provide free car service to healthcare workers. Same with our Grab Wheel. So these are e-scooters that we deployed in different LGUs. So healthcare workers and barangay healthcare workers could use them for free. We were also able to make use of our e-wallet and our rewards program, GrabPay and Grab Rewards, to have a donation drive. We were able to raise around 9 million pesos for our partner beneficiaries, which was really great. Other initiatives involved helping SMEs through getting them on Grab Food, so making sure that they have demand during that really tough time. Growing our Discarding Bus Club. So that's a club under Grab Express wherein we help out social sellers by giving them loans, by giving webinars to help them grow their businesses. And I think another cool thing that we did, and this is something that Casey can elaborate on, is that we were able to really help out our drivers or riders through giving them loans and financial assistance.
Wow. It's really a lot already, no? So maybe you can share right away.
Sam delved on the passenger side. So I think one side that the customers and passengers don't really see is that on the other spectrum we have the drivers. So a lot of drivers actually, I'll speak for GrabCar first, not all of them are activated or they're not all able to drive yet due to some regulatory restraints, right? So then the challenge came for Grab to be able to still continuously provide opportunities for them. So we launched the Grab online job fair where we placed these non-activated drivers to other livelihood opportunities still in platform. Like, so there were 4-wheel turned 2-wheel riders. So if you notice, some of our Grab and Grab Express riders are actually GrabCar drivers who we did training just all online through videos and online webinars. Then some GrabMart drivers are also GrabCar drivers who use their cars to be able to deliver essential items. Then if you look in your app, there's Grab Express Car, right? So that's something new that we launched this quarantine because we could see that a lot of people were delivering or they had the need to transfer big goods from one place to another. And obviously a rider can't carry all that in the motorcycle, right? Then we also have Grab Rent. So Grab Rent also gave an opportunity for our GrabCar drivers because we serviced some BPOs or some call center agents and their employees so that they could go to and fro their offices. So there, I guess, and those are just some of the things that we tried to implement to the drivers. It's just essentially telling them that even if you can't drive in GrabCar, there are still opportunities here in the platform. I also want to point we also released Lingkod Ka Grab. So Lingkod Ka Grab, these are small webinars like how to start your own milk tea business, how to be a plantito or a plantita, or how to make your own at home, or how you can be a call center agent or an online assistant even with your laptop. So we're just really trying to find ways to give jobs and for them to generate money. So yeah.
Wow, and thank you so much for that. I mean, offering so many wonderful services for your people and all of us as well. So thank you so much to Grab for that. And really looking after not only the sanity but also the livelihood of the people and just really taking care of one another, which I think is really important nowadays. But when we talk about your services or let's say we've shown earlier your Grab Protect campaign, no? Maybe you can elaborate and tell us more about the hygiene measures or what you've been implementing during this pandemic, and as well as your policies in staying healthy and safe during these times.
As I saw, Grab Protect is our promise to implement and maintain high safety and hygiene standards to not only our passengers, not only our customers, but along with our partner drivers, riders, and merchants. To level up this commitment to our consumers, we've teamed up also with Unilever to distribute Lifebuoy and Sip products para each delivery and ride is safe. Casey could elaborate more on our other initiatives under Grab Protect.
Great. So if you guys would book a GrabCar now, upon prompt, you're going to see that there's a health declaration form. And then you have to click I accept or something like that, right? Then instantly you'll see there's 2-seater, there's 4-seater. So that's really to ensure that there's at least a space in between and that they're not all squished in the vehicle. And then, there's a plastic barrier. So this is mandatory. Either the one that's L-type, that's enclosed for the driver, or the one that's just in front of you, like a wall. And then aside from that, our drivers have to have a sanitation kit. So this has the wipes and alcohol and disinfecting agent. And they are mandated to get this refilled. It's not just a one-time thing. And they also have to go to accredited sanitation hubs. And of course, for passengers also, you guys have to wear face mask, face shield. Even though I'm here up to see, even you're already plastic barrier over plastic barrier. We have to implement. So yeah.
So I think it's really important, no? Now we are after the safety and our health, because our health is really important for the passenger and the driver as well. And it's important that we follow those safety protocols. But when we talk about product innovations and initiatives, what are your thoughts on that? As to how you guys will cater to the new normal or the next normal, is what they say. And then what can we expect more from Grab? You can share with us your exciting campaigns or upcoming projects that you can look into.
Able to put out a few product innovations during the pandemic of March, which we are very excited about. So this is our newest on-demand grocery service. So now you don't have
Wow, nice.
you don't have to fall in line, don't have to pay for parking. So everything you need from the grocery is at your doorstep within 60 minutes. Another service that we have is Grab Access Pabili. So this is good for those who are still anxious to go out. On-demand Pabili service. So basically, you just book it on the Grab app, and a Grab Express rider will buy you the item that you want. So it's sort of like an abono system. This is a really cool feature on Grab Food. It's called the Grab Food Long Distance feature. So this is our commitment to satisfy our customers' cravings no matter how far. So for example, where I live, there's not a lot of food choices. So with Grab Food Long Distance, I'm able to satisfy my cravings, for example, from Frankie's or from Wildflower. Meals that I was able to enjoy before the pandemic. And lastly, we were really able to push for our e-wallet, GrabPay. So we wanted payments not only more convenient and seamless for customers, but also more rewarding. So with e-transaction, you get more Grab Rewards points. We also launched our Grab Digital Mastercard. So it's card you can use your Grab Pay balance so you can do your online transactions.
Cool. You know what? We need all of those services, but I am touching on the long distance one on food. No, I mean, like all of us are staying at home more often now, so it's to satisfy our cravings, despite it's not within reach before. Yay! Thank you for that service. No, and yeah. What about you, Casey?
Actually, Sam had like bullet point listed all those things like that. I think I'm gonna, in behalf of like what can you guys expect more from Grab, aside from the ones Sam mentioned, food delivery. I guess you can assure from Grab that we're gonna put safe and health as our top priority, being a service that comes in close contact with its passengers, its customers. You could assure that we will continuously train our drivers and our to practice contactless delivery, able to come by the safety and health standards. So all of us are gonna try to always look at the market. What other new thing we can do for food? What other new thing we can do for express? Back to the Grab car can again function. We will assure that we will still maintain those costs.
Yeah, it's really good news, Steph. We got the last question here. What's your reassurance partners and customers in general? You can share with us.
Well, I think summarizing everything me and Casey have said, I think consumers can be confident that Grab will continue to uphold its high safety and hygiene standards for Grab Protect. Another thing that consumers can count on is that Grab will continue to serve the community by providing good opportunities not only for our partner riders, our drivers, or SMEs. And lastly, Grab will just continue to use its tech for good, from helping you get your essentials, delivering you your food, and helping you get where you need to be safely.
Yeah, perfect. So, Casey?
I guess just to sum it up, Grab is just a bridge that essentially we just want to be able to bring you from your pickup to your drop off, bring you your favorite food or your favorite craving. Like, the reassuring message that I really want to send out is that we will continuously serve the merchants, the drivers, the customers, the passengers, and give livelihood as to the best of our abilities. And as long as all these craziness of normal, will and we'll try to adapt to changing this.
That's wonderful to hear. And there we go. Thank you so much to our Grab Team Philippines. We have Sam with us. And again, these are our friends from Grab. Once again, we have Samantha Montecillo, Marketing Assistant Manager, and Casey Castillo, Driver Communications Assistant Managers. So once again, thank you so much for such an insightful and interesting discussion, girls. And all right, Grindy Talks will be right back after this short break.
Get all you need to be date ready with Grandmart. All your hygiene needs, all in under 60 minutes. Huh? Ready all your ingredients for dinner with Grandmart. All your dinner needs, all in under 60 minutes. Grandmart brings you all you need to move on. All your snacking needs, all in under 60 minutes.
Women who had dark spots and how they solved it.
For so many years, I spent a lot on trying products that didn't lighten my dark spots.
My dark spots came because of hormonal changes during my last pregnancy.
I had dark spots, a skin condition I inherited from my mom. It's called melasma.
Use Pynocare, the clinically proven solution to melasma. Take Pynocare.
Mega, we care.
innovation leaders as we talk about digital apps, e-commerce, and fintech at yan sa Altergrind natin on November 5, as well as Smart Grind on November 12. And of course, please do follow Grind Mag TV on our socials available on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Kumuph para updated ka. And of course, catch us live every Thursdays at 4 p.m. at Grind Mag TV on Kumuph with replay at 8 p.m. on our Facebook and YouTube at Grind Mag TV. So this is Jamie G. Stay safe and keep grinding.
update everyone. Hello.
All right. Hello, and we are back here. It's Grinding Talks. And look, who is this girl beside me? Such a beautiful girl. And she is, of course, from the Kumu team. Yeah, Kumu. Right there. Woot, woot. There goes Michiko Soriano. And yes, she's making brand and advertising partnerships. So thank you so much for making this discussion really fun.
Oh, salamat. Thank you for the warm intro and thank you for having us, Jamie and Grind Talks.
Yes, of course. But you know what? I will cut to the chase already and ask you questions because we like to know how it's like with you and Kumu. So first question is, what is the edge? What is the edge of Kumu among live streaming apps in the country? Ayan. Maybe you can answer it.
That's a really good question and also a huge one. But in my own words, I would say how, and ever since it was founded, right, the real vision was to prioritize the voices of like the Filipino, right? And even that is a huge thing to do because more of it's all the Filipino cultures of different backgrounds, right? The global Filipino market as well. So as you can see, it's very hyper local. So siguro sa madaling salita, it would probably be the Jollibee of live streaming, right? It's very local that's attuned to the Filipino audience and content, right? Because it's also the Filipino who's going live, the user-generated content. So it's all about that. So, diba, parang sa app, you could see lechon, right, as virtual gifts. So whoever's watching on Kumu, you'd see all the lechon, the pancit, very, very hyper local. But what that would really, prior to Kumu, the one has really focused on our, let's say, our country, right, for the Filipino. So it's just a matter of now to then tweak it to taste and
like you said, adapting to what is really, right in front of us or what we're going through right now. But when we talk about your plan, can you also share with us, do you have like innovations that makes sustainable?
So one of the challenges ever since Kumu was founded was definitely having a live streaming app where internet connectivity might be the big challenge or hurdle for users and user experience. So for our team, the real priority for this year was having the youth enjoy their, let's say, time on Kumu. So practical sense, in a practical sense, that would be having a data deal that would extend their stay on the app, right? So having now our partners at Globe and also working through all their service providers for that kind of extension. So now, actually, we're proud to say that Kumu is the only actually local that is sent as you can shameless plug. Definitely, diba? Parang for you to extend your Kumu experience, whether it's a game show that you want or to watch favorite live streamer, definitely a free 1 GB for the go.
Nowadays, all of us are really engrossed to it already. And so yes, thank you for that, for entertaining us all throughout this pandemic. So now man, we would like to That's really good news. It's wonderful. But now we focus on the compromises naman. I mean, like with that, the advertisers have now. What solution to this? Na you
Yes, creativity, the innovation as well. And somehow that liberty of let's cast the net and see where you'd fall on flat on your face or also thrive, right? So yes, to zoom into the let's say partnership side of things, specifically for let's say brands coming onto Kumuph. In a way, we've become that platform where natuloy yung what do you call this? What they say above the line activations, right? Where maybe their plans were supposed to be on ground, but they resorted to Kumuph as a way to transition. So we've had brand partners na dapat sampling, or vouchers na namimigay. But now we were able to dispense that whether through the game shows or through tapping live streamers. So something that also enabled us, and thank you to our product team for always entertaining what customizations we could do on the app. But, and to everyone watching, you will see a branded virtual gift there with VCut. If you give it 16 yeah, if you give that 16 times, you get that delivered to you, to your home. So, diba, parang you're already gifting to your streamer, you get pa a product. An actual...
Exactly. Wow, really exciting. So, guys, keep on using Kumuph. We have so many, advertise, we have so many wonderful users. But yeah, thank you for that, but when we talk about, let's say, Kumuph, is actually a fast-paced platform and really an all-happening fast-paced platform. How do you leverage your technology to assure brands that with all the things going on in the app, brands can still get the emotional connection and earn attention from the audiences? And also, as a follow-up question to that, what strategies do you do in order to gain new partners and maintain the incumbent?
Right. So definitely when we talk through with brands, and one being that, as I mentioned earlier, Kumuph is a new platform for many of them. So for a lot of media planners, it's a new thing. It may be back to 2010 when no one knew how to advertise on Instagram or YouTube even, right, at the time, or Facebook. So we kind of feel like, this is when we can definitely even co-create with our partners, right? This is when let's say the ideal partner for Kumuph is when they're like, yeah, we trust you for whatever, let's say, activation or plans you would have or recommend, depending on the objectives. So number one is really going down to the objectives, right? Objective setting of what you want to accomplish. And for, say, the different verticals, whether it's under funnel objectives, right? As if it's a campaign awareness, all the way down to even conversion, advocacy, and loyalty. So then that's when we can create, this is the format for you. Tapping the community would be good for you. Or, hey, amplify it with your game shows. And down to specifically which live streamer would be creating that live content for them. So, it's just really going down to their objectives. And yun na nga, limited budget, right? So how far would that stretch for, let's say, this much? Or meron din naman kasi nagta-thrive, right? So say some brands who have been like, hey, you know what? This is the time to shine. So what else can we innovate with you? So that's when it becomes exciting as well at the same time of, yes, this is what, how, I think right now we still have the VCut hearts on Kumuph. So something that, so customizing that as well for brand presence is something that we've done with certain brands. So it's been fun actually co-creating it. Yeah.
Now that you've mentioned co-creating with certain brands, I mean, when we talk about partnerships, maybe you can share with us the benefits of partnering with Kumuph given the current situation. I mean, what are the benefits that these advertisers were going to get?
Yeah, that's actually, it was something that I missed out earlier. But going back to this first, the benefit is because, Kumuph is new. But more than that, what else? Again, apart from customization and the novelty, I think it's also the discovering of what works and what wouldn't, right? So being that say it also it varies per industry, right? So now we're also at the forefront of, hey, Kumuph is a 2-year-old company, and say maybe only been a year and a half since we've been doing more of these kinds of partnerships of presence on the app. It's both targeting, and a lot of them, just more of a lot of times I get this challenge of, Michiko, the Gen Zs and millennials, how can we engage with them better? Parang feeling nila they've been from from the generation. So now it's also now being reintroduced, to the younger generation, being the top of mind, right, for these brands. And more importantly, during the pandemic, right, like Sam mentioned about sensitivity of your campaign as well, right, during this time. So it's more of also that delivering that message or as your brand, but also being relevant, right, to the times or what you're offering. Let's say your target market or your customer, your client. For partnering with Kumuph on a media perspective, which we really give credit to our content team. We all grew up with Pinoy Big Brother, right? Like I remember in college, but that's super something new that I never thought. It's a full circle to come here, where now kids are like also now applying on auditioning through Kumuph, as a platform. So just utilizing that kind of ability or capability now on the app now. But like during the quarantine, the pandemic, they said that typically 50,000 auditionees would line up in the span of 2 weeks. We saw that there were, I think, 70,000 applicants in just 3 days.
In just 3 days.
Yeah. So, and then a lot of the feedback naman has been a lot about now Kumuph provided that sense of belonging during this time when they needed some levity in their lives. Like, it's not about forgetting the real world. It's just more of finding these little joys in the app or that authentic connection, as we say, right? It's more than a buzzword. It's really like me. I've met a lot of like friends and new connections on Kumuph that I never thought I would in a normal maybe setting. So that's how the benefit of Kumuph has been, at least a lot of people.
Yeah, you know what? I just love what you said about that authentic connection. No, I mean, like we really get that from Kumuph. I mean, like there's certain people that you don't really expect to meet virtually, but thanks to Kumuph for that authentic connection, you're having fun despite all the limitations and restrictions that this pandemic has really brought to us, no? But yeah, once again, thank you for that. The next question would be, what is the next level naman for Kumuph? I mean, like what type of online activations can we look forward to next year?
Wow. Yes, lots of excitement.
Next year.
It's true. Who would have thought, right? Q1 2020 quarantine and then Q4. Lots of exciting stuff for 2021. As I mentioned already, Pinoy Big Brother is like a huge partnership with ABS-CBN. Another thing is the new live events business where, I was thinking all these concerts popping up, right? And it's the new generation who are going over and beyond for these types of content. So for Kumuph, those are the next level bit that we're gonna think of mounting. Like imagine digital screens, right? Actually, they're already happening on the app because there's so many creative artists out there. You'd see Sunday nights clubbing, and it's like the DJ on streaming, right? Or
oh my God, I love it. Yeah.
And so more of these and bigger. So, for example, we also just ended a campaign with Metro. Being on the Metro magazine cover, stuff like that. So exciting stuff. Or also gaming actually is one of those things in the pipeline. Yeah.
Again, something to look forward to, and we are so excited for you, and I'm sure yung online audience natin are excited for that. So stay tuned now with Kumuph, guys. This is it if you want to have fun. Okay, so we got a final question for this beautiful lady right here. So what do you think is the surge for digital? Will it continue ba? Especially, particularly for live streaming apps? Will it evolve? Will it innovate?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. For what Yaz was saying earlier about everyone switching to digital, right? From deliveries to now getting that like content available on your mobile. I think it will also just definitely be onward and beyond more for that. And to the advantage of maybe better internet, right? That's the sweet spot of having better internet, cheaper smartphones, but with good quality, right? So yeah, I think it will just be onward and upward from here on. And actually, it's so funny when I hear of older, maybe people say, "Oh, I saw this viral thing that happened with Ces Gelon and Gardo Versosa," and now it's reaching even live streaming, right? So I have, let's say, old family members would be like, "Now I know where you work. It's at Kumuph." You know what I mean? So that's like for live streaming in itself, when it was maybe years ago, like what is it? What it is like exactly? Now they're more familiar. Even for us, right? Like StreamYard being second nature for us to go online, even now on Kumuph even. So more and more, they're being more abreast to it and less, they're more being familiar, with the platform, being less hesitant about it. Like, you know what? For any advice, just go start it. Like, so go start your live stream, because before it would be like, what do I do? What content do I create? And like, and on Kumuph, it's as maybe cheesy, but it's like, go be yourself. Like personally, I started having my Morena movement kind of content because it was close to my work. Yeah, interviewing like people I admire, basically. So that kind of passion content. So like recently we've had like NerdCon as well on Kumuph, where the community going live with their in their cosplay or costumes like Spidey.
How cute that? Yeah.
I think it's more of these virtual world also, but that supports your, let's say, offline or online world where it's like more fluid. I think.
And also to add to that, you really get to be more creative with this platform and live streaming. Not only the connection, not only the authentic connection, but creativity and co-creating with the people that you deal with. So yeah, Michiko, thank you so much for your time and for such an interesting discussion. Yeah, you really made us really happy today. So once again, this is Michiko Soriano, Kumuph's VP of Brand and Ad Revenue Partnerships. And yes, more power to you and the Kumuph team.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and yan. Speaking of that, since we are already here on Kumuph, please do follow Grindback TV. O, diba may spiel na ganon. Please do follow Grindback TV para mas connected tayo here at Kumuph. And for those interacting with us as we do our live, thank you so much for the support. And yes, Grindy Talks will be right back after this short break.
Women who had dark spots and how they solved it.
For so many years, I spent a lot on trying products that didn't lighten my dark spots.
My dark spots came because of hormonal changes during my last pregnancy.
I had dark spots, a skin condition I inherited from my mom. It's called melasma.
Use Pynocare, the clinically proven solution to melasma. Take Pynocare.
Mega, we care.
Join innovation leaders as we talk about digital apps, e-commerce, and fintech at yan ay sa Altergrind natin on November 5, as well as Smart Grind on November 12. And of course, please do follow Grind Mag TV on our socials available on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Kumuph para updated ka. And of course, catch us live every Thursdays at 4 p.m. at Grind Mag TV on Kumuph with replay at 8 p.m. on our Facebook and YouTube at Grind Mag TV. So this is Jamie G. Stay safe and keep grinding.
Welcome each and every one of you. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat.
Hello, Mom. I know you're watching too.
Alam ko na miss niyo ako.
Smile. Don't worry about massage thoroughly to absorb into wet hair.
Dito siya. So 5 essential oils.
Focus on the T-shape.
Add to cart. Don't forget. Add to cart.
Add to cart na yan.
Oh my goodness. Master it. You're good to go.
All-in-one cooking sauce.
10% off. Our price at $4.99.
My God. Super close up.
Yeah! Anak, hirap naman.
Yes, ganun daw.
Ano ba yan? Mag-cart ba yan?
Bye!
Bye!
Goodbye and enjoy your shopping.
All right, and we are still live here on Grind Bag Tea Talks, Altergrind, and of course, joining us is, of course, such a beautiful lady right here. She is Yasmin Neri-Soyao, the CEO and Managing Director of Shoppertainment Live Inc. So yes, hello, Yas. Thank you once again for being here with us. All right, so yes, thank you. And you know what? I'm going to ask you the first question already so we would know more about your wonderful company, no? Maybe we can start with what is the focus of your company, which is Shoppertainment, as a production company, and how did it all start?
Actually, we're a live stream shopping network. It started really last year when live stream selling was in the Philippines. It was introduced through our 2 marketplaces. So we have Lazada and Shopee. But of course, we have more platforms as well. That's why we're coming in with Kumuph and also our social commerce, several platforms as well. Last year, we started Shoppertainment. It actually came from the trend in e-commerce in China, which is live stream selling. And we saw that this opportunity can also help the brands in increasing their conversions in terms of their online sales. And my partners who are also e-commerce natives and also influencer PR marketing professionals and also below the line advertising professionals, we banded together to create Shoppertainment Live because we saw this opportunity that we could really put it up here in the Philippines. So we're pioneers of live stream shopping for e-commerce.
Yeah, and you know what? We needed that live stream shopping nowadays, especially now that we are experiencing this pandemic. Thank you so much for making our lives so much easier when it comes to, looking for that certain product. And really, just because of your service, we get to know, those products that we really need or the essential goods that we need right now. But when we talk about your production, how you do the shoots and the setup, maybe you can share with us, like, prior the pandemic, in average, how many projects do you usually be able to do? And right now, how is the production while we are experiencing the pandemic?
Right. So before, our ways of working was really more of like bigger campaigns. It's really shot on locations. However, because of the pandemic, we would need to create faster productions also. So from, let's say, 3 big productions a month, we were able to do mga 3 to 4 in a day. So 3 to 4, and now it's 3 to 4 in a day. So we've done over 200 live streams for the past few months. And we've started parang knowing more about the live stream technicalities and also the flows and processes since last year. But of course, what's really important is how can we sell our products, our brands better online. And what we emphasize on is more on the e-commerce design. So if for example, the store online has certain discounts, certain highlights for products, new launches, then definitely Shoppertainment is there to help them amplify these communication through live stream selling using our, let's say, influencers. But what we call them is influence sales. So we trademark. Yeah, this it's a combination of influencer and also salesman, because it's really not just about pushing the product, but also how can you be engaging, authentic, like an influencer, but at the same time understanding what the USP of the product is. So it's really bridging those two things. That's why we call them influence sales.
Wow, that's really wonderful. The influence sales, and you're not only an influencer, but you are also really showing your authenticity and how we're going to be able to engage your people and let them buy from you, diba? Or have that emotional relation with them. But maybe our online audience would like to know, when it comes to your production shoots and your setup, how is it right now? Or like, how do you engage with your partners, your brands, your agencies, and even the talents? How is the setup now? Is it pretty much like before, or did you do a certain change?
Of course, we have our own process as well. And definitely we keep it according to what the e-commerce demand is. It's not just your usual broadcast wherein you have a certain timeline that's kind of parang longer in terms of pre-production. But definitely here, it's really more of we created our own process to make it faster, more efficient, more cost efficient for the brand, and also more servicing and hardworking in terms of introducing our products for sales conversion. There.
Oh, that's really cool, no? So having said that, maybe we can move on naman with the major changes, no? How are you able to manage all of these, your team, your production, everything, despite the limitations? Maybe can you share like a little example for that?
I think parang it's I wouldn't say that these things are limitations. It actually helped us become more creative, more efficient. We try to understand what the brand or the client really needs right now. So it's all about providing quick solutions for them that would really answer their questions in terms of selling more. Instead of parang putting more cost in certain things, we try to make it really efficient for the brand so that what we're doing is not just your content, but really it helps in the overall e-commerce push. So that's where we put ourselves in. We're really more of an e-commerce marketing enabler.
And it's really all about efficiency, no? I really like to touch on that. Kailangan talaga natin yan, fast-paced and efficiency. But a while ago, we talked about the audience behavior or the customer behavior. Maybe in your let's say your company, how do you create like a new audience? Is there a custom approach to that, or?
Well, we really align it to the brand campaigns. Parang what the brand is all about and what type of shoppers do they want to attract. So that's where we design our campaigns, and also we align our way of communication, our content design. If this is more premium, then definitely the way we should execute it has those elements as well. The way we speak, the way we would showcase the products, the way we would present it with our set design as well. Those are key factors. It's really more of adjusting it towards what the brand needs or how they would communicate. However, one of the things also that we've done as a parang really great campaign would be more of the advocacy side. Apart from just selling, it's also creating ways on how we could help other people as well. So we created this award-winning campaign we partnered with a brand for this award-winning campaign that they have, and we translated that into live stream selling. So I'll share with you. It's like it's Shop to Give. That's one of the biggest campaigns of Unilever, and we were the ones who translated that to live stream selling. So we had our ambassadors also during that campaign, like the top celebrities really representing our company, and also parang pushing the products that we offered during that time, so that we could have parang a percentage for advocacy to help the families during this crisis situation. So that's one of the memorable campaigns that we have. We also have one upcoming for the holiday season, also partnered with several FMCG brands and also Lazada.
Wow.
Yeah, those are the things that really make it kumbaga purposeful. It's not just like shopping, pushing, and selling things, but it's also finding those angles, lifestyle themes, and things that would really help people and also make them parang help in the bigger situation. So those
Exactly. And once again, it's all about that authentic connection and just really elevating and helping one another. I mean, it's that advocacy and of course, giving that support that we all need naman during this time. But, I just have like a last question for you. Maybe you can share with us about your company. What is next for Shoppertainment? And let's say, what's your goal for the next 3 years?
Definitely, we're still going to be here. We're still going to do live stream shopping. We're part of the activation mix already. So apart from your offline activations, definitely there are some online activations as well. And definitely Shoppertainment is part of it already. People are getting used to that behavior, consuming certain live stream shopping content. So definitely we're growing, and we're also seeing a lot of push from several live stream platforms as well in terms of live commerce. So definitely the support on this type of industry is there and it's growing, and definitely it's a good opportunity for brands to also put it in their e-commerce mix as well. So yeah, we're still going to be here. We're going to educate people on how to live sell. We're going to help them out with their campaigns on e-commerce, online, and hopefully we'll have more opportunities also to do omni channel.
Yeah, so definitely we are all looking forward to that. Grabe, yes, thank you so much for this really interesting and insightful discussion. We learned so much from you. And guys, there's always, again, ang dami natin to look forward to with Shoppertainment for the next coming months and years. So, all right. Thank you, Yas, once again for joining us today. And all right, guys, please stay with us because we have more interesting talks coming up as we close Grindy Talks after. See you later.
who had dark spots and how they solved it.
For so many years, I spent a lot on trying products that didn't lighten my dark spots.
My dark spots came because of hormonal changes during my last pregnancy.
I had dark spots, a skin condition I inherited from my mom. It's called melasma.
Use Pynocare, the clinically proven solution to melasma. Take Pynocare.
Mega, we care.
Join innovation leaders as we talk about digital apps, e-commerce, and fintech at Yanay sa Altergrind natin on November 5, as well as Smart Grind on November 12. And of course, please do follow Grind Mag TV on our socials available on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Kumuph para updated ka. And of course, catch us live every Thursdays at 4 p.m. at Grind Mag TV on Kumuph with replay at 8 p.m. on our Facebook and YouTube at Grind Mag TV. So this is Jamie G. Stay safe and keep grinding.
Hello, and yes, it's me again, your girl, Jamie G. At ito na nga tayo sa ating Grind Mag TV's Alter Grind. But before I go, please give me this moment to actually thank our sponsors. So for today, we got, of course, Sharp Philippines, we got Pynocare Philippines, Glow Pink Blush, and Work Folk. So guys, for those of you who actually would like to collaborate and do sponsorships, please feel free to actually email us at grindmagtv@gmail.com. And this is it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today for another insightful and innovative talk here at Altergrind's Grind Mag TV. So yeah, I will see you on next Thursday at 4 p.m. once again. And please do not forget, guys, to stay safe and keep grinding. Yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Join innovation leaders as we talk about digital apps, e-commerce, and fintech at Yanay sa Altergrind natin on November 5, as well as Smart Grind on November 12. And of course, please do follow Grind Mag TV on our socials available on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Kumuph para updated ka. And of course, catch us live every Thursdays at 4 p.m. at Grind Mag TV on Kumuph with replay at 8 p.m. on our Facebook and YouTube at Grind Mag TV. So this is Jamie G. Stay safe and keep grinding.